Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on a new episode of JoJo, Kimyou no Bouken, Ougon no Kaze, or you can call it JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5, Golden Wind. Now, I'm pretty sure all you guys might be wondering why is your recap a little bit late than usual. Well, as I said before, and every now and then, I have some other things to do besides I'm watching stuff like this every season of anime and other things, okay? That's why I'm a little bit late, but aside from that, this episode felt really, really fast. I mean, I was so into it, and then all of a sudden when I was checking to look at the time here and there, I didn't realize almost 20 minutes already passed already. I'm like, whoa, dude. I never thought I'd just get mesmerized here and there. So if anything else, let's get this started. We have to it that we get to know a little bit about Giorno Giovanna himself, you know. We get to know that when he was born somehow by Dio Brando, his mother would not really care for him and would just leave him at home. But eventually she would marry someone and that guy would be very abusive eventually, you know, which really sucked. But eventually he will learn how to read others here and there, and later on he will end up lying to a group of gangsters going after some guy whatsoever, you know. And all of a sudden his stand powers will start to activate, and it will act in a subconscious will eventually, etc., you know. And we see to it that eventually as time goes on, the guy he saved apparently helped him out a lot. Like, for example, his father would not beat him up anymore. The bullies actually who punked him around would actually give him a spot to actually sit for the movies, you know. And later on he'll end up getting good ice cream here and there. But later on, he will end up looking into the guy, the one he saved, by lying to some gangsters whatsoever. Will realize that he's some kind of good person by taking care of scum that would cause a lot of pain to women and children. There was once a kid who wants to shoot the guy, but he was unable to. Even the guy tells the kid, "Your dad was a filthy garbage guy." You know that? He sold drugs to children and women, and he freaking broke that rule on my turf and started to cause some trouble. That's why I killed him. Eventually, that's where Giorno Giovanna got his motivation or his reason to live, you know, to maybe become a gangstar or some kind of powerful mafia boss to maybe give something to the people. But eventually, it goes back to present time where he clashes against what's the guy's name? Bruno? Yeah, Giorno will face off against Bruno for a bit. And later on, we get to know a little bit more of Giorno Giovanna's stand ability. Eventually, he will actually make a person's consciousness go a little berserk or senses go out of control eventually because of him hitting someone, you know? And by that time, after he hit someone, they will go out of their mind and later on would feel like they had the second life. But eventually, knowing that Bruno and Giovanna ends up clashing against stand-to-stand fists in combat, we see to it that Bruno was already having some trouble here and there and realizing how dangerous Giorno Giovanna's stand ability is. So he decides to make his escape for now and decides to go after Giorno Giovanna later. But Giorno Giovanna is not going to let Bruno escape because he knows if he reaches his friends or his gang whatsoever, he will have a freaking 24/7 chase after him each day, and his goal whatsoever will be ruined. And therefore he ends up finding Bruno and they end up clashing against one another. We have to it that Bruno tries to hide somewhere in the person's body using his zipper stand ability. But apparently, thanks to Giorno Giovanna's ability to give things life, he ends up actually giving life to Bruno's tooth and to find him eventually. So yeah, that's one of the crazy abilities. I mean, to think that you could use someone's tooth or something that's part of them and track them down no matter where they are. That's pretty shocking. Pretty interesting. And that's how, and he ends up clashing against Giorno for a bit, and Giorno on the other hand gets zipperfied by Bruno's stand ability. Of course, eventually Giorno does take some kind of advantage by ripping off his own arm a bit using the zipper's ability and ends up landing a hit on him. Of course, Giorno was very close to actually wanting to kill Bruno, but apparently he decides not to. He ends up saying that Bruno is a good guy. He's part of a mafia gang, but he actually cared for the person that he used to try to hide and escape in, to see to it that the drugs is actually affecting a 13-year-old boy. And we see to it that, like, eventually as time goes on, we see to it that Giorno will actually, like, ask Bruno to join up with him. He goes like, why would I want to do that? And Bruno was told by Giorno, like, you're a good guy, man. You don't seem like some crazed up law-breaking gangster. Of course you joined the mafia gang, but you had some hesitation here and there to actually kill me. That's why I decided not to kill you. So he ends up explaining to Bruno, Giorno saying that he will become a famous gangstar whatsoever or something. Or gangster, or gangstar, however you want to call it. He wants to get rid of the gangs that sells drugs to children and maybe some other stuff here and there. But he has to become a gangster himself here and there. And later on, towards the end of the episode, he asked Bruno, you want to join me? Etc. I'm going to be a gangstar. Like, literally gangstar. Like, star, like the stars up in the sky at night. Yeah, he says he'll be a gangstar. And later on, the episode ends off there, listening to the ending. Oh man, that ending is like so cool yet old school. Really, it's really, really nice. Aside from that, like I said, pretty nice episode. We get to know a little bit about Giorno himself, how his childhood was roughed up a bit, but he ends up saving some guy who might be a gangster of the underworld, but actually has a good heart, like killing those who would sell drugs to kids and women, etc. You know, that kind of thing. Aside from that, that's where Giorno got his reason to live. You know, be a gangstar and then like stop people from selling drugs to kids or maybe women or other people, etc. You know, who knows? But aside from that, that's his main objective. You know, he wants to rise up in a mafia gang and stop people from selling drugs to kids, etc. So I just go like, oh, that's pretty nice. You know, I don't know how that one's gonna go out, but I think it's gonna be interesting to see like where this could possibly go, because I mean, I've seen a lot of MCs having their own objective, like saving the world or finishing a game to save everybody, but to see how this one is a little bit different, but become part of a mafia or a gang or a criminal gang to stop drugs from being sold to kids or whatsoever, or innocent lives. This is gonna be pretty cool and see how this goes. And I would like to know a lot about the freaking criminal or underworld in terms of like things like this. So if anything else, looking forward to see how this one goes, especially Giorno's main objective, you know. So until then, I will see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-doo!